Hey guys, what's up? So today I want to show you my child build. So after Hydrates had come out, I've made a new build on him. So first of all, I'm going to show you my artifacts. I'm currently using the Hydro set, but you can also use Noblesse set 4 piece, which makes him and your team really strong after he does the elemental burst. And I think that's also a really good option, but currently this set is just really overpowered since you get 4 piece bonus that the tech with his swords just gets increased by 30%, and that's just insane for 15 seconds as well. So yeah. So as a flower, I've got one with crit rate and crit damage. You should always be looking out for crit rate and crit damage as substats. After that, attack percentage and energy recharge, and then like elemental mastery and the other flat stats, but they aren't really important. Just crit damage and crit rate just remind you to that. So I don't have the best substats yet because the domain is only out for like I think 2 days, and I've just used all my resin refuels to just kill this domain and just to make it 24/7. So I got 2 plumes, but I think I want this is better because crit damage is always a priority, like crit rate. So I've also raised this one today, but it went twice in death and yeah, and 80k, and crit damage is just 11%. It's not too good. So I've got this one with a little bit attack. So after that, the sands. It's pretty good. Energy recharge on child is always pretty good, but I just haven't gotten a better one yet. So crit rate 11%. I think it went twice inside it, so that's also really good. And yeah, for this one, I just have a hydro damage bonus goblet. You should always use hydro damage bonus goblets for child, no matter if the substats suck. Just use hydro damage bonus. You will get a lot higher damage output. I don't have good subset either, so this is just temporary. So for the head, I've got one from the Hydro set as well, and with 20% crit damage and 11% attack, that's pretty good. It went twice in defense, but yeah, just looking for a better one currently. So for my weapon, I have pulled a armor's bow with the 3 fates and the 3 wishes you got from your character ascensions. So that was pretty lucky. I was really happy with that. And yeah, so I have him at C0, so that's basically free to play, but the weapon, yeah, which I got through luck. And talents, I wouldn't recommend you wasting your resources on this one, because you won't really do too much with that. Maybe when your cooldown is up and you have him as your only damage dealer and you don't have a sub DPS, you can maybe level it up, but I wouldn't recommend doing it. So I got those at the maximum I can currently get. I have to collect stuff for sending him so I can hire up the talents. And just for tips, so don't ascend your characters past level 80 if you are not planning on leveling the talents. It's just a waste of resources. Hey, so I forgot to mention which weapons you can use if you're free to play. The problem is with Child, there aren't too many you can use. One is Rust, but it's not completely free to play. Of course, you have to get to wish for it and get it. And Rust is the second best option. If the best option if you're just having 4-star weapons, and it's one of them. Uh, then Prototype Crescent is pretty good as well, because it gives you 80k% and just base attack, which you always need. And yeah, the 80k% is really important as well. So for the Sacrificial Bow, I'm not a fan. If you're using Child as sub DPS and burst DPS, it could be really good, because you can just pop your ult a lot of times. But I don't think other bows are really too useful for him. If you have the Skyward Harp, you should really use it. It's better than Armor's Bow, and Armor's Bow is the second best option, but Skyward Harp just gives you crit rate, and crit rate is the most important stat in the game for anyone. So just if you have it, just use it for Child or like for your DPS with the bow. And yeah, that's basically the ranking of his weapons. So if we go in details, we can see I have 61% crit rate and 101% crit damage, which isn't the best, but as I already said, I don't have the best artifacts yet. The domain has been out for 2 days since Dragonspine, so I have to farm a lot more. Maybe I can get to 70% and 140% like on my D-Luke. And that's what you should always basically look out for. 1 crit rate and 2 crit damage. So you have double crit damage, then crit rate. That's the best thing. Mine is pretty low. And yeah, hydro damage bonus, as I said, is probably the most important thing for him. But he gets through Ascension extra hydro damage bonus, so that's pretty good if I send him further. So for team compositions, my current team is that one, but it's not the best team, honestly, but you should always use him with at least one pyro character, because Vaporize is one of the, if not the best effect in the game, and it just doubles your damage output, and it's just so good. Chi-Chi is not good for DPS, and she's not really good with Tatalgia in a party either, because she's just gonna freeze the enemy, and that's not really what you want currently. Better is Bennett, who is also a healer, but I currently don't have him at good, like with good artifacts and stuff, and I haven't built him pretty well, so I'm currently using Chi-Chi, and I was just exploring Dragonspine, and she just gives you so much health. Chi-Chi is really good at healing, but not that good at giving you more damage output. So, for other characters, as I said, you should always be looking for at least one pyro. If you're free to play, Xiangling is a really good option. You just place her E and then her elemental burst, and you just proc vaporize 24/7. Just be looking for a lot of elemental mastery on her, so you get the maximum damage output. Also good support is Bennett, which I already mentioned. He gives you vaporize and he can heal. Xinyan is also really good. She's a good support, and she can be DPS, but she's also really good at supporting. Fischl is also always a good option, just to have her as a filler in your team and just pop her Oz, and he's just gonna make constant damage. Other ones could be Xingqiu, but Xingqiu isn't the best option for him because he's just Hydra as well, and you won't proc any elemental reactions, so that's not the smartest option. Zhongli or Albedo are also good supporters overall. They can just be an elemental burst damage supporter or sub DPS, like Ningguang is a good sub DPS. You can play him with CHILDE team, and if you're like have him, D-Luke is also a very good option to play him with your child. You just my current team is Xiangling and D-Luke, so I just put up Xiangling. I put her E, and then I go to Tatalgia and do his swords, and then I stop it and I get D-Luke out and he does the rest. So that's probably the best thing you can do. And yeah, I think to have 2 DPS isn't really too bad, like many people say, but yeah, that's just currently how it looks like. So I have to show you the details as well for Tatalgia. So I'm gonna just show him out in Chamber 10. So I'm gonna first proc Vaporize and pop the Bandit ult, which gives you a damage boost, and then just attack with him as long as I can.